Hi again. Well, today I'm going to talk about the integration of odd and even functions. Let's remember what we mean by odd and even function. If you substitute negative x inside the function, so f of negative x, if it gives you the original function f of x, then we say that the function is even. If it gives you negative the original function, then we say that the function is odd. And the simple examples on that is x squared and x cubed. We all know that x squared is even function and x cubed is odd function. Now, how would that affect the integration? Let's say that I have integration from negative 2 to 2 of x squared dx. What does this mean as an integration, definite integral? Well, let me remind you. As we said in the definition of definite integral talks about area under a curve. So if we draw x squared from negative 2 to 2, this means I'm talking about the area under the curve from negative 2 to 2. So I'm talking about this area and this area. And since it's x squared, so what makes sense here, that the area on the right side is exactly the same as the area on the left side. And that's true for all even functions. So what does this mean? This means that instead of evaluating the whole integration here, I can just say this will be the same as the integration from 0 to 2 of x squared dx, which is this area here, okay, if you're talking about this area, times 2. So if you multiply the integration from 0 to 2 by 2, that will give you the same answer as the whole integration from negative 2 to 2. You can try that, of course. Now, what about the odd function? If I'm talking about integration of x cubed from negative 2 to 2, does it have the same meaning? Let's check by drawing. If I'm talking about x cubed, then it will be something like this. Let's say from negative 2 till 2, from negative 2 till 2. So I'm talking about an area here and here, which also will be identical and the same, but the only difference here that above the x-axis it will be positive, as we said before, below the x-axis will be negative. So they will have the same value, but one positive and one negative. So what do I expect? I expect that the answer immediately will be 0 as an integration, of course, not as an area. So what's the result here? If you are integrating from negative a to a of, let's say here, even function, then the answer will be equal to 2 times the integration of that even function from 0 to a only dx. While if you are integrating from negative a to a of an odd function, then that will be immediately be equal to 0 and no need to work it out. For example, if I'm asking you to integrate from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2 of cosine x dx. Why should I think about odd and even? Because I have the same number, positive and negative, negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. Now the question is, cosine x, is it odd or even? Well, we all know that cosine negative x is equal to cosine x, so it's even function, which means this integration will be equal to 2 times the integration from 0 to pi over 2 of cosine x dx, and that's simply integration of cosine is sine x from 0 to pi over 2, all of that multiplied by 2. So 2 times sine pi over 2, which is 1, sine 0 is 0, so the answer is 2 immediately. And if it was cosine, if it was sine, sorry, let's say from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4, of sine x dx. Well, we all know that sine x is what? Check that out. Sine negative x is equal to negative sine x. So it's an odd function, which means the answer here is equal to 0 immediately and no need to work anything out.